Hey socialites, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ariell. I create beauty videos, a little bit of fashion, as well as lifestyle vlogs. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you too can become a socialite. So today's gonna be a really fun video. I'm gonna do a haul for you guys, a beauty haul, as well as play and makeup, you guys. This is a look that you guys know I normally would not create, but I just wanted to play with some of these new items and see how they work. So yeah, if you wanted to see how these new products work out for me, then keep on watching. Okay, socialites, so we're gonna start off with a mini Ulta haul, and then we're gonna go right into using these products because I'm super thirsty to use them and I don't want to wait. Typically I do foundation reviews, and I am gonna do a foundation review, but we're just gonna go ahead and test it out now. So first item that I got is the Forever Natural Nude Dior Foundation. You guys, I knew nothing about this. One morning I woke up, and like how I stalked the Ulta and Sephora sites, and I clicked on the Ulta site to see what new came out, and this popped up. I was like, what? So I immediately ran to Ulta when they opened and picked this bad boy up. So I did pick up the color 5N, so we're going to be testing this out today. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that E.L.F has launched some new wands. So they have contour wands out that looks like this. So I did pick up the color Tan Deep, and I also got the color Medium Tan as well, which is a little bit lighter. It's the shade One Lighter. So let's swatch it. So this one is Tan Deep. That's Tan Deep. And this is the cutest little packaging with the pink. It's so cute. And then we're gonna swatch Medium Tan right next to it. So here is Medium Tan. So that's the difference. So we're gonna definitely test these out today. Then they had like about 6 to maybe 8 blush and highlight colors. I did swatch them all. I ended up going with Candlelit. This one was so pretty. This one is the blush wand in Candlelit, but I'm probably going to use it more so as a highlight because I don't really do blushes that's super glittery, like iridescent blushes, like a whole, you know, like a shiny blush. I can do a highlight, but it's not really my cup of tea to do a complete shiny cheek like that. So Candlelit to me was the one that stood out of all of my swatches, and that one is Candlelit, which is like a champagne-y rose gold, really pretty. So I had swatched them all on my hand, and when I actually got to the register, I was showing the girl that worked there, and she was like, "Ooh, which one is that?" Like she pointed to the one that stood out to her, which was Candlelit, and so that's the one that I had already brought up to the counter. I also picked up a NYX Epic Wear pencil. You guys, I'm such a fan of the whole NYX Epic Wear line. They have pencils, which I've bought their pencils before, that are really good. So good, in fact, that I use them on my clients. So this liner is in the color Rose Gold. So let's swatch this. I wanted to get like a champagne-y gold for my waterline, just to switch it up from that nude that I use most of the time. So that's it. So I wanted to try it out in place of my nude liner that I typically wear in my waterline, just to see what it's giving. And then I've been having my eye on this as well. I wanted to get the pink one. I ended up going with the yellow just to test it out and see what I think, which is the Vivid Brights liquid liner from NYX. This one's in the color Had Me at Yellow. So it's a yellow liquid liner, and I love their Vivid liners. I use the black one pretty much every time I do my makeup. I love it. So let's see. Okay, so it applies just as even as the black one. So I'm gonna see if I can incorporate that in today's look. So that's it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I hadn't really read anything about this, so I'm not sure what it's given or the claims of this foundation. It does say 24 hours wear, and it has floral skincare. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit scared every time I see that floral skincare in some of these high-end products, because sometimes I do have a skin reaction to this floral skincare, but we're gonna see. And it does say shake well. I'm not going to use a primer because I just want to see how it does on bare skin and like the finish of it without being altered at all. Take about that much. Looks like it might be a good shade match. Yeah, It's giving fresh roses out of the garden mixed with gardenias. It's heavy on the floral scent. It is giving a pretty much light coverage. I can still see all of my pigmentation through it, but I like the finish of it. It's a natural looking skin-like finish for sure. And you guys know that I do like my foundations just a little bit warmer than my skin tone. I feel like my skin tone is so yellow sometimes. It just depends. But I like my foundation to be a smidgen deep. Oftentimes when I get an exact match of my foundation, I always feel like I want to go return it for just a little bit darker. So clearly that just must be my preference. If I don't want to return it for something darker, I always feel like I need to just really bronze up my skin to give it a more deeper look. This is the finish. It's giving really natural, so I guess we'll see. I'm going to take a little bit of my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC45 just because it's such a thin product. It'll kind of blend in with the finish of this product just to cover up a little bit of my pigmentation that's still showing through. The Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. This one's in the color 4,5N. Back in with my foundation brush just to soften the edges. Before I move on, I quickly want to compare the color of the E.L.F. Glow Beauty Wand in the color Tan Deep. I want to compare this color, so that's Tan Deep, to the Tarte Sculpt Tape in Deep Bronze. I wear this one often, so let's put it like right above. So that's the difference. So the E.L.F. one is a more cool toned. I feel like it's equal in intensity, but it's a cooler tone brown. And then the Sculpt Tape in Deep Bronze is a bit warmer. So let's take the E.L.F. and apply it here. It's definitely not hard to blend at all. I will say that the Tarte one is a little easier, creamier, a little bit more, but this one is not hard either though. And this one is not as pigmented as the Shape Tape. So you see how blown out this is, which I'm not mad at a blown out, because the more blown out it is, the more natural of a contour you get. So this one is a bit more blown out. So if you're somebody that likes a super subtle contour, you might like this one. So we're going to use the medium tan one for the nose since it's a lighter color. So for the nose, you might have to let it sit for a couple minutes just to let it kind of stick a little bit more, so that, you know how you put on concealers sometimes where you have to let it sit for like a minute or two before you blend it, that way you don't take any of the pigmentation off. That's what this contour wand is giving. So for the nose, we want to let it sit for like a minute before we tap, and you want to lightly tap, that way you won't take the pigmentation away. In the meantime, we're going to take the blush wand, and I'm going to sort of apply this in a sense like a highlight right on the highest points of my cheekbones. I thought that this color was the cutest. So let's compare the E.L.F. Halo Glow Wand in Candlelit with the Pillow Talk wand from Charlotte Tilbury. So this one's the E.L.F. Halo Glow, and then we'll put the Charlotte Tilbury right above it. So although they are really close, I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one is slightly more peachy. The E.L.F. one's a little bit more coppery toned, and the Charlotte Tilbury one is a bit more peachy toned. So yeah, I'm not sure if I would recommend the wand for the nose area. It just gets a little bit blown out too much to where it just kind of disappears, and I let it sit on there a good amount of time, at least like 3 minutes plus. So yeah, I probably wouldn't use this for the nose. Let's take the Laura Mercier translucent loose powder and just lightly set under the eyes. Going in with my One Size from Patrick Star Visionary palette, I'm going to use the color Soft Serve. Now I'm going to take Brownie and just sweep that just on my lower part of the lid. I just want something a tad deeper, that way when we go in with that yellow liner, it'll really stand out, and we're going to sweep it outward just a bit. So let's go in with the NYX Vivid Brights liner. So one thing to note is I did have to go over the liner twice, like let it almost dry and then go over it again to make sure it was completely opaque. The YSL Lash Clash mascara. Taking the NYX Epic Wear liner in the color Rose Gold, I'm just going to put it right in my waterline. So this is the final look. This is something that's super different for me. I never use a colored wing liner, but I thought it would be fun. Something popping for the spring. Would I get more colors? I don't know. I think the highlight is nice, kind of subtle. It's not a super blinding highlight, which is more so what I gravitate towards these days. Comment down below if you've picked up any of these items yet and what do you think about them. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit subscribe on your way out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
'Cause I've been where you are. But you still to show me love. 'Cause to